they hear what the people they talk. What you get, I shall kill it till love. It's a love and I wanna get another one. I go take and do it in I love. Waiting you love, oh. Maybe waiting I love, oh. Waiting I love, I go do what we done right, oh. Go no be vodka. Mr. Money Changer. But I know the ways that Mr.
You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home. You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. On this happy trip back to the promised land.
Welcome to another edition of Conversation Beyond Borders. We are streaming live on HYT African TV and across all social media platforms, including my personal page, Kiki Mami Ekia Ayete. Tonight's conversation is about leadership. We are telling stories that are not examined for applause, but for insights. Today, we explore power in unexpected places, logistic yards, boardrooms, crisis seasons, and even personal grief. Our guest began at the reception desk and now leads a thriving haulage and retail operation in Ghana. She operates in a male-dominated industry, navigates political policy shifts, and speaks openly about faith and resilience. Ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe the page, share to another friend, because this is a conversation that you don't want to miss. Before I introduce my guest to you, let's go for a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. Stay with me.
After a long day at work, there's one thing still on your mind. I need to send money home, and fast. With just one tap on the PayAngel app, you unlock your true power. Zero fees, lightning fast transfers, maximum impact. You soar across cities and oceans, faster, safer, stronger, powered by PayAngel, where every transfer is a mission of love. Back home, your family feels it instantly. Joy, hope, and pride. Because when you send with PayAngel, you're not just sending money, you're sending care. Be the hero back home with PayAngel. Zero fees, instant transfers, maximum impact.
Welcome back and thanks for joining me. Like I said earlier, my guest, she is in the male-dominated area in terms of business. And her name is Mrs. Yehowa Adom Baiden, a very beautiful name indeed. Hello, Yehowa. Thanks for joining us. And how are you? How's your Sunday going?
Okay, Kiki, I don't know if you could hear me, but I was trying to get your attention to the fact that I was not able to hear you at some point,
Okay.
but I don't know
All right.
if you could
Is
hear
that
me.
better? Is it okay? Can you hear me?
at some point. So now I can't hear you.
You can't hear me.
I don't know if it's coming from my side or your side.
Okay.
Okay, a second. Let me just try
Sure.
and reconnect. No, because
After a long day at work, there's one thing still on your mind. I need to send money home, and fast. With just one tap on the PayAngel app, you unlock your true power. Zero fees, lightning fast transfers, maximum impact. You soar across cities and oceans. Faster, safer, stronger. Powered by PayAngel, where every transfer is a mission of love. Back home, your family feels it instantly. Joy, hope, and pride. Because when you send with PayAngel, you're not just sending money, you're sending care. Be the hero back home with PayAngel. Zero fees, instant transfers, maximum impact.
Hello, Yehowa. Can you hear me now? Is it better? Is it better? Can you hear me? No. Dear viewers, let's go for a quick commercial break as we
sort
sort
money
out.
sika if you America memu akofidie enka ni se ja utipa ya kra if you say PayAngel ediasem panaba PayAngel se money sika fi America eko Ghana Nigeria anase Kenya wasemantem the money ye ni kaso nkokwa ne se obreju me bia enka ho na won san chese ka biara eka dia woman ne pe ho ani zero stress and no hidden charges. Yes, sign our rater a dance ankasa. Into what trend download the PayAngel app or Google Play Store and as Apple Store. Then yes, you can money PayAngel, global payment, local simplicity.
Hello, Yehowa. Can you hear me now? Is it okay? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Yehowa. Is it okay? Is it better now? Still okay.
nope.
That dream of studying and working abroad has been made much accessible to everyone, including you. So worry less about how you're going to get there, because we always make it happen. This is Staff Finders Ghana Limited. We offer a highly professional guidance and support system, both in your university and visa application process. Staff Finders Ghana Limited is a highly trusted agency of the University of the West of Scotland, one of the largest modern universities offering a range of academic, social, and sporting facilities. You can apply for undergraduate, master's, and PhD in business and creative industries, education, social sciences, computing, engineering, physical sciences, health, and life sciences. Come through Staff Finders, and for your studies, you get yourself a laptop or a £500 gift voucher. Call on +233 598 4888 04. WhatsApp on +44 7404 711 049. Send us an email or visit our website for more information.
Ebusia sa wo mani sika if you America memu akofidie enka ni se ja utipa ya kra if you say PayAngel ediasem panaba PayAngel se money sika fi America eko Ghana Nigeria anase Kenya wasemantem the money ye ni kaso nkokwa ne se obreju me bia enka ho na won san chie sika biara eka dia wo mani ne pe ho ani zero stress and no hidden charges. Yes, sign our rater a dance ankasa. Into what trend download the PayAngel app or Google Play Store and as Apple Store. Then yes, you can money PayAngel, global payment, local simplicity.
Hello, Yehowa. Is it okay now? Can you hear
Hi,
me?
Kiki. Yes, please, I can hear you.
Okay.
Bye,
Dear viewers, sorry for the technical issue, but it's all resolved now. Before we go anywhere else, could you kindly tell us about yourself in your own words? Who is
Oh,
Yehowa Adom Baiden beyond
that's going
business titles?
that is going to be long. Anyway, let me just
Yes,
summarize
you've
it
got
for
all
you.
the
So
time.
like you said, my name is Vasmin Yehowa Adom Baiden.
Right.
And so beyond titles, so I happen to be the MD of His Majesty Group of Services, where we do purely haulage and freight services. I happen to manage about 150 fleets of trucks with about some number of workers beneath me. Aside that, I ran Inkunim Grocery Store, which is a mini supermarket on the Pam Pam stretch. And then I have a franchised operating Spicy Girl restaurant, which is also a restaurant. We do a lot of other stuff. Aside that, I do other things. I'm a pure church girl. So I am I am a Porterian. When I say a Porterian, I'm a Porter City girl. I happen to be the team lead for the digital space in Porter City and then a head of sanctuary in Porter City. Aside that, we work in between wherever God leads us to. So yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. But you didn't start at the top. You started as a receptionist in the very company you manage.
Yes.
When you were placed in charge, did you feel promoted or was it a test for you?
Promotion, I think, comes with applause. And testing comes with pressure. So I wouldn't say a promotion. I saw it as a test. And Kiki, it didn't really start from being a receptionist, direct to a general manager. I went through the process. Life is a process. So I went through the process. You have to be tested here and there. So, and the company happens to be a family company. So it's for my uncle. So I passed through like every other colleague or staff. I think I even went through a toughest training. So from a receptionist, then to a secretary to the PA. You can imagine a secretary to the PA. And then I did a bit of administrative work, left for school. I was in school one time when the my uncle's PA called and says that your uncle said you should start work next week. And
Wow.
this is me, I'm telling you, this is me in school. I'm like, yo, how can I just stop school and come and start work? Like, no. So you go back to school. I had to go back to the administration office to switch my schedules from a normal student, like Monday to Friday students, to a weekend student. So that's how it happened. I was jungling between work and school. But by God's grace, we are here. It was tough. We went through the muddy waters. Yeah.
But I could tell them your uncle kind of saw something in you. Could you share, or has he once, told you that look, I needed you to be refined to get to where you are now?
No, he didn't. He did not say he's not one of those who applaud you. He has not even applauded me before. Even when
But
I
how do you
feel that
feel in all of that? Is it worth the pressure with everything? Because
yes,
you
it
manage
is.
150
Yes, over.
over.
Mhm.
So what are some of the challenges that it comes with?
My work is a pure male dominated space. Purely
Right.
male. And unfortunately for me, most of my staff are above 40. Above most are above 40. And I only happen to be myself and my secretary are the only female in that space. And some of these workers are people who knew you when you were a child, because we literally come from the same area. So they knew you when you were a baby. Like, let me say a baby, because some are as old as my father's age. Sometimes I think now I'm trying to change the narrative, but one of the challenging moments are moments when you have them say, "But I don't cry, you didn't even know." So but by the time we knew you were just a child, you can't just come and command us. You can't just come and that thing is with men ego. But I've tried to change the narrative with time get them to know that I am not coming to be bossy over you. We all
Right.
come together as a team, and it's hand go, hand come. But as far as I am here, even if I am a 3-year-old girl, I am your boss, and that's about it.
That's it. I love that. So, across the world, many women are promoted without structured preparation, like you just said, and
Right.
sometimes they are expected to perform without support. So,
Right.
I just wanted to ask, juggling school because you're doing weekends, and then
Yeah.
you have to go to work
That
Monday
was that was
to
even
Friday.
then, that time. And I'm actually, as I'm talking to you now, also a student now. So this space I'm running is about 17 years ago.
Okay.
Yes. I've been in that space. July 17th will be 17 years. So it's been a process.
Have you gotten used to the system now? Because I know
Yes.
first it was a
You can't
survival
always
mode for you.
you can't always get used to the system, but I've tried to grow with experience.
Mm,
Because every day you are employing new people, every day new things are coming, every day governments are changed, political parties change, there are new rules, new regulations, some way, somehow. It changes with time. So as the world evolves, you
mm,
evolve around your workspace. You can always say that the notion you started work with in 5 years is still going to be the same route that you used to go. Along the
mm,
line, you have to change some things, and that's about it. That's about some of the things that, and sometimes access to decision making also comes in. So you have to be that real with your workers.
mm.
Sometimes I think now they are able to read me. So there are times I drive to the space, and I can literally be in my car for like 1 hour. Initially, they used to come and knock on your window. Hello, madam. Hello, madam. But now I've told them sometimes give people their spaces they need. So
Right.
you see the stuff passing by, but I'm in my car. So immediately I get down. Now with time, they are also getting to know who they are working with. So it's helping.
Well, I can say that you're changing a bit of the narrative because back home we are used to this power control. I'm in the car, so yeah, you have to look at me like your boss, and now you don't allow them to knock on the car, to check up on you or do something. Is it that with time you gain experience with the Western way of doing things?
Yes, and yes and no. Yes, in the way that exposure leads you to a lot of things. Okay. When you travel, when you meet new people, when you leave your comfort zone and get interactions with other people, you get to know how to do things. The reason why I would sit in my car and not want them to knock is I'm literally in my car planning ahead, praying.
Mm,
By the time I
mm,
get out of my car, I know that in my head, in my mind, I've structured myself that okay, when I get down, I'm going to do A, B, C, D.
mm,
Sometimes I'm even praying in my car because
mm,
immediately I leave home. I leave home as early as 6 with my 3 kids, dropping them at
mm,
school. You are
mm,
chatting with the kids in the car. By the time you get to work, there's a lot of pressure on you. And sweetheart, trust me, when I enter my office, it's a lot of things to do. So I am one kind of boss who doesn't even wear a heel to work. If you
mm.
see me in heels, I just want to wear heel for just maximum 10 minutes. I'll take it off. I'm in my Crocs. I've come to learn and unlearn some things, and I've tried to adjust myself to suit some spaces I find myself.
Touching a bit on politics, logistics is just not transport; it is economic control. Sorry, how political is the logistics industry in Ghana right now?
Kiki,
Why are you laughing? We're having a convo.
politics. Okay, please come again with your question. Let me run it through my mind before before I get a call. Okay, run it through again. Let's
You're,
go.
you're making me laugh more than necessary. We all know
Mhm.
logistics is just not transport, it is
Right,
economic control.
of course.
And then in your previous submission, you talked about changing of government and how it affects work. So, how political is the logistics industry?
You know, we live in a country, right? It's not even just Ghana, I think, in a world where we are governed by politics, politicians. Okay. And you can never take away logistics or transports in the economic space of a country. From the ports to our roads, from the supplier to the final consumer, is pure logistics. There's no way clients would order 10 containers from, let's say, UK, and it gets to the ports, and sorry, the customer has to bring herself or himself to load the goods out. It has to be logistics. So logistics is from the beginning to the final consumer. Politics is in between and by it. All way around, you find politics. I think it affects us in a lot of ways. Number one, for me, I'm speaking in my space. Our roads are horrible. Thanks to the current government, who is trying his possible best to reset what we didn't have in the past. There's a lot of room for improvement, and I'm sure it will end well by this term and subsequent ones who will join. See, flying from anyone in Ghana, flying from Temahabo through to, let's say, Kumasi, is horrible. And most of the times, you have to pray when your trucks are on the road, because there could be the road is not good. There could be balancing. The container can fall off. A truck can fall off. A lot of things in between. But I think, like I said earlier, if governments are able to prioritize some of these spaces, some of these um, um, workspaces, let me say that, or some of these industries, like the logistics and transport industries, if you have to prioritize it, there's a lot of income that could come from there. Our transparency and our stability of fuel is not good. One time, you could see a fuel from, I don't want to mention names, but fuel stations with different rates. If there's a way a government can say, okay, you know what, we are stabilizing the price to be 10.5, 10.20, and it cuts across. A truck driver or a logistics company doesn't have to move from Temahabo and roaming about Tema enclave to find a fueling station that is selling at a lower price. Another thing is that I think public and private infrastructure could help. See, assuming DVLA, okay, partners with a lot of private companies, private logistics companies, and say that, okay, you know what? So and so company, we are giving you a rep from DVLA office. This has nothing to do with your political affiliations. We are giving you a designated DVLA agent to be working on your tracks roadworthy certificates, your renewal of your driver's license, when you buy new trucks, registration of the car numbers, so it's like blah 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 to the end. You have a designated DVLA agent. That's all these things for us. Trust you me, a lot of companies are going to the Guru Boys because yes, DVLA is trying their possible best to bring that structure into place. But I think going forward, we are going in the political space. I'm sure, Kiki, when you become a good politician in future, some of these things,
Amen.
some of these things has to be worked on. We can come to a conclusion. We can come to a partnership agreement, public-private agreement. DVLA is doing so and so for this company. In return, so and so comes. Because trust you me, all the money that has to come to DVLA direct, Goro Boys are taking half. Of course, they have to also survive in the space, of course. But I think the current DVLA boss is trying to do more of that. But there's a lot of room for improvement. So, yes, politically, it affects work when it comes to logistics, good and bad. Our roads, our stability of our fuel, and some public-private partnership will help us. Yes.
I know you've spoken a lot on all these challenges and all of that. So if you could have direct access to policymakers, what reforms would you demand? I know you've made, but what is this two thing that you think that if they do, everybody in the logistic company in Ghana is going to be somewhat free?
So data systems, directly investing in data system. So you invest in data. So you know that when you go into the system and you are looking for so and so and so, it's direct. You don't have to go through all those channels to get through to a final work done. There's a system that calls for it. You want to renew your driver's license, you want to renew your track, you want to do insurances, roadworthy, investing in data system. You just go by yourself, have someone in your office. Let's say, assuming I have someone in my office space. That's an easy way out for me to just go into their system and find out what I want to find out, renew all these things by myself, and also forming cross-border alliances. Recently, we had the unfortunate news about some of our parents, our siblings, our sisters in other countries murdered. I don't know if you heard about it.
Yes.
If we have a cross-border alliances with some of these countries, some of these neighboring countries we have, there's a reform that says this is the policy we have made, A, B, C. I remember, I think Burkina Faso was it Burkina Faso? I think so, coming up with a law or a policy in their country that says that a size of a trailer, I think about 45 tons something, is not supposed to cross into their country. Any trailer that is longer than a double axle, that is not more than a 8 axle track, they literally cut the parts of the trailer to suit the size that they want.
Wow.
Yes, but if there was an agreement, there's some sort of partnership with these border countries that makes us understand that, okay, a truck from Ghana cannot cross the border to Burkina Faso if you are this size. Not to have us getting there, and these has to be done to our trailers. But you could see a 40-foot or a double axle trailer. Probably because I'm in the space, I could tell. With a Burkina Faso number plates, mind dear, on our road, and it's horrible. Meanwhile, I don't think we can ply their road with some of the things we see on our road. So if Yehowa Adom, which I doubt, because I'm not, I won't. But if not from a political perspective, I think there are some, like I said, partnership alliances that can be done to curb some of these things we find in our road or in our space as logistics and transport industry.
That's a lot to take in. Thank you very much for your humble submission. Dear viewers, let's go for a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll dive into our conversation.
That dream of studying and working abroad has been made much accessible to everyone, including you. So worry less about how you're going to get there, because we always make it happen. This is Stepfinders Ghana Limited. We offer a highly professional guidance and support system, both in your university and visa application process. Stepfinders Ghana Limited is a highly trusted agency of the University of the West of Scotland, one of the largest modern universities offering a range of academic, social, and sporting facilities. You can apply for undergraduate, master's and PhD in business and creative industries, education, social sciences, computing, engineering, physical sciences, health, and life sciences. Come through Stepfinders, and for your studies, you get yourself a laptop or a £500 gift voucher. Call on +233 598 488804. WhatsApp on +44 7404 711 049. Send us an email or visit our website for more information.
You know what? Thank you so much for joining us, viewers. I'm just excited today with the guest having a conversation with. I just want to know the global famine. Supply chains today are geopolitical tools from Europe to Asia. Logistics determine economic leverage. How should you, because you being in the logistic field,
Mm.
how do you think, or what do you think that African-owned logistics companies should position themselves globally with everything that is happening right now in the world?
Um, Thank you. I think we have to understand trade agreements like I think there's one that's the AFCT, and we also have to build compliance standards. Okay, that will match up this Europe and then Asian countries. So because we don't have compliance standard, we always see ourselves to be local. Usually the African logistics firms, I think they must stop seeing ourselves as just local transporters and then start positioning ourselves in the regional and then supply chain space. We also, I think, going forward, like I said, we have to build a compliance standard that will meet up. The European, one of the things that helps them is they have reformed system. Their systems are well structured. So as Ghanaian or African logistics, there's a lot of things we have to do to match up with the European and Asian countries. And building compliance standards, we can always do, which yes, we are still going. We can, and then we also have to understand trade agreements. And I think if Europe uses logistics for leveraging and Asia uses it for skill, I think African as we are can also use it for sovereignty. We must use it for sovereignty, which I think we aren't. But I'm sure going forward, whilst we travel here and there, we are learning, we will grow with time, and we will get there.
Moving away from logistics, was launching in Kunumo during COVID a conviction, or was it a calculated risk? Because with everything that was happening, 2020, all shops were closed. You know, it was a total lockdown, and then
Yeah.
boom, we have in Kunumo.
I think
Can you say a bit about it?
it was around the COVID time.
Yes.
It was around the COVID time. I think when we came out of lockdown, you realize that a lot of people um were home. So I remember very well where in Kunim Mini Mall is situated now was just a store now coming up. And I remember, I think I've shared this story in other platform. I remember driving through, because by that time I had the tag to drive through because of the work I do, because of the logistics work I do. So I was able to get a tag that could drive. I was just driving through, and like a chance or a flash, I saw in Kunim grocery store. So in my mind, I'm like, but who has come to open a store here, like in this era, this time? So I drove to a junction and turned because I was very curious. I turned and it was just an empty store. It was under construction, like Nkunim grocery store. And Nkunim is my son's name. So I just brushed it and I drove past. So I came to tell my mentor. I called him Uncle Mordecai. I said, Papa, I saw something. He's a pastor, so probably he delved into the spirits. I said, no, I noticed. Like, yeah, but you have been telling you can do it, and just about it. I said, you know what? I just found out who the store was for. I saw the man, and he was like, a lot of people had come for the store, but he wasn't ready to give it to them. But I should give him about a day or two. I took his contact, he took mine. Just about 4 hours later, I had a call and it was from this man who says, my pastor says I should give you the stores. But your pastor. You're like, oh, the man he was with is a pastor. When a man saw you, he said, this is the shop. This shop has to be for this girl. So yeah, that's how coming Kunim grocery store came into existence. It was challenging. It was. But the reason why Kunim grocery came into existence wasn't for the fact that I just saw. It was to solve a problem. It was to solve a problem in the Pam Pam enclave where I live. Because I hadn't seen any store of such. And it's been good by God's grace. It's serving its purpose in the society and in our community.
I wanted to surprise you with my next question, but it's fine. 1 year in government, you've
Okay.
experienced lots of, political parties coming in and going out. There's this one party that I know you support. So I just want you to give a view on 1 year in government. How is it working for your logistics company and also everything around you? How can you walk us through how the economy is looking like? Because you can really tell us from where you sit.
Um, it's been good. On a scale of 10, I would give a 7.4.
Why?
The rest, I think the rest is because my road is still not constructed, and my tracks are falling down, and my containers are falling off. But aside that, it's been good. It's been good in the sense that about 3 years ago, if I had to change a dollar or a pound or euro to import groceries from Costco or from Sam's Club or from Aldi or from any of the stores in the foreign land, because a lot of foreigners or diasporans are here in Ghana who are not too conversant with our locally manufactured products. So if I was to ship or buy groceries, a 20 footer, a 40 footer grocery container, full container, last 3 years, and I was changing a dollar worth $10,000 that time, it was costing me to change at 17. If not for anything at all, for me in the past one and some months, one of the things that has been good to us as logistics, I don't know about my other competitors, is the dollar stability at some point. Yeah, it's not too stable. Sometimes Abochi will give you 10 point something. You get it as 11, bank will give you. But comparing the last 1 year to last 3 years, I think the dollar management has been good. Fuel has also played a role. At that time, sometimes we used to buy fuel at 14, 13, 12 point something. But now it's a bit okay. The highest I have bought in the past 1 year is about 11 point something. So all those excess are helping us grow. Spare parts has also reduced in a way, because now if I used to buy spare parts at 10,000, with the dollar rate I have now, I'm able to cushion some 2,000 somewhere. So in the past year, it hasn't been 200%, like I said earlier, 10%, 10 over 10, no, but it's been tremendously good. And we are hoping and praying that whoever is behind how things are going in this current government should continue, and God should give them more strength. And the funny thing is that, you see, Kiki, the people we have in our system now, in our political parties now, in governments now, let me not even say political parties, in governments now, that are reforming these things we are seeing in our economy. They were in this country 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. They were all in this country. So that means the leaders who can change this our country, Ghana, they are in Ghana. They are not far-fetched. Even if they are not right now in Ghana, they are Ghanaians, maybe in the diaspora, but they are Ghanaians. So structures has to be put in place, and I think they are trying their best. We wish them well. But for me, in the past one some months, it's not been bad.
It's not been bad. Thank you so much. Is it because they are the party you kind of support, so you are not being biased about?
Not at all. Up until the current elections that I Yehowa Adom came out that I am NDC. I think a lot of my friends thought I'm NPP because I have friends in the NPP, and I've had people in NPP that close, very close. I could tell you that on my wedding day, this about 13 years ago, my wedding chairman and my wedding MC and my engagement were NPP. Now they are NPP members and they are strong NPP members. So it doesn't really mean because I'm an NDC girl, I'm saying this. No, I'm just going by systems. I'm just going by structures. I'm just going by what's affecting my space, devoid of who is in party. No. If this was happening in NPP time, kudos. Why not? I would have said it. But I think I came out clearly, boldly to say that, you know what, let's reset the system by voting for our current president. It's because I've seen him come to power. I've worked under him. I have worked in my space. I'm working now under that is tenure that time. And I had seen the 8 years pass in that tenure. I was literally working that time. And now I'm also seeing now it's come back. So no, it has nothing to do with politics. No, not at all.
Thank you so much. Now, moving away, let's touch a little bit on faith. So, how does faith practically influence business decisions? Because I know you're a faith girl. Everything you say, you in as much as possible infuse that. So
Yes.
we are not going to, it's one of the things, one of the beautiful things we are not going to forget when we mention the name Yehowa Adom Baiden. So with you, with all this cluster of businesses, you
Right,
doing a lot of things at the
right,
same time, how
right.
are you able to practically infuse faith in your business decisions?
Thank you. I think that's a pleasant one. For me, I think faith is my anchor. Is my anchor. So I hold faith like an egg. So I don't leave it to fall off. I move from my house to my workspace with faith. It has been my anchor. When I say it has been my anchor, there are times we don't even know how it is looking like. Like I was saying earlier, immediately my dispatch guy dispatches a truck from the yard, from the ports. I am believing in God. I have that strong conviction of faith that God is going to take them to wherever they left to their final destination and back. So most times when drivers are leaving my yard, when I know they are leaving, it's just one thing I told them, go with God. Nyame nka wo ho, no one come back. I am so faith inclined girl that when I get to work and I see trucks parked without any work, I remember I was telling my uncle some time back that I think it was something that he said, and then I responded that um nyame bɛyɛ. I'm like, yes, like he will do it. It's the same God who has given us the wisdom to run this company to this far, who will carry us through. So for me, faith is my anchor. I have carried it and I'm still carrying it in my workspace. Even when I remember, I think about few months ago, I was having this continuous accident and about three cars were literally falling down. And you can imagine you have a whole truck and at the middle of the night they call you. And funny enough, trust you me, all these calls comes when I'm in church, when I'm actually at all nights. And sometimes there are some calls when I see at midnight, say Radin, I say CBU. Then the call goes like, Madam, so this car is going there, and he has fallen off. I'm like, okay, call the towing car, tow it to the police station, let them do the analysis and tow the car back. But some way, somehow, I know that it will happen. The devil will try to do yanka kakra. He will try and put some fear in you. But fear is the opposite of faith. So instead of me having fear, I think I'll rather prefer faith over everything. So yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I also don't let things get into me. I can most times things happened, and I think it's been experienced so far too. I have walked in this space and have built my faith, and God, by God's grace, has given me that tough heart to be able to maneuver my way through these things. Because sometimes the call will come, I drop the call, and I'm literally laughing. I'm at church, but I'm talking, and whenever time I tell somebody to tell this is so and so has happened, I'm like, and you're like this, I'm like, so what? Because I know the same God will carry me through, and He's been carrying me through. So yes.
We give thanks. So there are always trendy issues when you go on Facebook recently about one Russian guy that tried to turn Ghana upside down, and these are women involved. Not sounding judgmental, but is there a way that you think that government, or I don't know how to frame this question, but is there a way you think that in your own capacity with how you are able to rally people, set up seminars or something to, I know that we can't really do away with it, but is there a way that there will be some sort of education about, especially with diseases, flying all over. We have STDs flying all over and all of that. And with everything that you're saying, because you're a lady, you are trying everything possible to ensure that you are that person of influence. And then boom, we have one Russian guy turning the whole place space upside down. People are being judgmental and all of that. Can you say something about this to reach out to the girl child or those in Ghana or even the diaspora about how they should maintain themselves in a way? I don't know if
Thank
I'm
you.
making sense
I
with my question. It just
Yeah, yes, I get it. If you know me very well on social media, I could say I'm one person who doesn't actually like talking about trendy stuff. But it doesn't also mean that I don't read. I read a lot, I watch a lot, I see a lot. But when I saw those videos, I was so heartbroken. Sweetheart, there are lots of seminars happening in Ghana. A lot, a lot, a lot. I haven't done the research on that, but I can count a number of seminars happening in Ghana. I think one thing that is taking our ladies, our young girls, we've all been there before. We all want to explore, we all want to meet up new people. But now, the generation that we are in, we are shifting the focus. Everybody wants to be like. I don't even see myself there yet. Okay. But everyone wants to be like Kiki. Everyone wants to be like Yehowa Adom. But I have gone through the mud waters. One of the things that I think we are not able to do is patience to get to our right destination. Some of our girls are in a haste to get there. They are in a haste to start wearing designer clothes, holding designer bags, wearing designer shoes, and all looking like their mentors, like their influencers, like all those they are seeing on the internet. No matter how many seminars that is being held in Ghana, these things, you will still find these things in some sectors of the country. So I think there's a ministry on gender. There are lots of ministries we have in Ghana that can go to rural areas. See, Kiki, it's because this Russian guy came to Accra. and he was able to, if there was no proof or there was no evidence of him taking videos and everything, you and I would have totally doubted this because you think that it shouldn't be possible. But there are some that you find, and you would think that, oh, this should happen in some rural area, but this is happening in Accra and some malls. You see decently dressed women and following total stranger because it's a foreigner. We have to change our perspective, our perceptions, perspectives, the way we think, the way we see things, transform a lot of things when it comes to the girl child space. There can be seminars, there can be training, there can be a lot of things on our televisions. What are we teaching these girls child coming up on our televisions? There is no program that is teaching them how to take care of yourself, how to live with strangers, how to. But some of these things, home sense is separate, wisdom and knowledge is separate, and culture is separate. So we have a long way to go as far as I am concerned. Trust me, when I saw it, I was broken. And you could come to my inbox, and there are a lot of DMs that are talking about I need help. There's no work to do. There's no food in my house. And some of them confesses how they had to sleep with someone to get 50 cities.
Is it a fail in employment? Because I know some people
Of
go to school,
course,
they
of
have.
course, of course, of course,
What,
Kiki,
what,
of
what do you think
course.
should be the way forward? Because if I have gone to school, I've earned a degree, I'm home for like 5, 6 years without a job,
Mm,
obviously I'll be tested
mm,
to do some things that, you know, I'm not supposed to do. So
Everyone
what
wants
is
to
the
do
way
a
what
white collar.
what is the way forward as
Everyone wants to do a
somebody
white
that has
collar.
influence in society?
Everybody
Should there
wants to
be
do.
reforms?
Everybody wants to do a white collar jobs. There are lots of works in the system that degree students are doing. I think about 2 weeks ago, I attended a graduation, and sitting at the shed and watching the graduates come out all excited and in their gowns and their sash and their cap. In my heart, I was happy but saddened because I was just asking myself, so all these about 15,000 students, 10,000 students, 8,000, 4,000, 2,000 students are graduates. Are there spaces to work? Are these doctors going to be? See, I have a friend who is a doctor, but as I'm talking to you now, she's trying to put up a business because there's no work to be done. And where she got posted to, she can't afford transportation. Da, 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 da. It's not everybody that can be employed into civil servants space, private partnership. See, when you drive through my house, I live in Pram Pram, through Pram Pram, I'm 25 to wherever my office is, there are a bunch of foreign companies. Is there some sort of partnership with government that says that, okay, national service students, when you are posted here, after you are being posted to this private sectors, if I'm to post 10 students to you, after service, you have to retain four, your best four. It's going to push companies to grow. But no, there are a lot of national service personnel who, when they are done with service, they're just there. See, I have a staff. She's working at the store, and she's a degree holder. The day she brought her application, I just asked her, why would you want to be a sales girl? She said, there's no work. Government has to do a lot for female, especially.
Is it only government? What about we the individuals? I mean, we have, you know, people in Ghana, influential people in Ghana who are passionate about the girl child?
Right.
Is there a way? Because it's like everything is government. So if government
Government.
doesn't step in, that means
Mhm.
that everything is just there. What
Nope.
can we
Nope.
the individuals also do?
See, Kiki, like I said, there are lots of individuals that are holding the girl child in this country. I can boast of Auntie Obobia's foundation, Ignite. And my first time I went for Ignite was the recent organized Ignite. Seeing these ladies being mentored by one woman, she has just created a platform and giving them the chance, the opportunity. So there's a check in there. See, I'm sure if you're a part of Ignite, you're a mentee, you know how to shape in yourself because your mentor is not just anybody. She's mentoring you to get there. There are lots of female platforms in this country. I can talk of telemoms, which I know are empowering women. I am an admin on telemoms. We are empowering women to do a lot of things, take up steps, learn a skill, a trade, something, do something by yourself. And on that platform, there are lots of people who are literally teaching some of these girls a lot of skills: wig making, beading, clothing, designers, and they are all in Ghana. Individuals, it shouldn't, I think it shouldn't even just be individual or influencers. An entity, a company could say that, okay, this is our core mandate. Our corporate social responsibility is nurturing these ladies, preparing them, mentoring them to take some spaces in the country. Trust you me, we will be a better people. I cannot do it by myself. You cannot do it by yourself. Auntie Baby cannot do it by herself. Gifty Auntie cannot do it by herself. Whitney Boachi cannot do it by herself. Telemoms cannot do it by herself. Facebook groups cannot do it by themselves. We could try and do some. What your strength could be. But trust you me, a lot of these things too has to do with finances. Because if an individual, okay, is saying that I, Yehowa Adom, as an individual, trust you me, I am paying fees of students I have never met. I'm giving out groceries to people I don't know. I am talking to female in my inbox and pushing them to go get the crown. I don't know them. I cannot just do it by myself. Recently, one of my mentees, he graduated as a doctor. And trust me, Kiki, if I say I have paid this guy's school fees for the past 5 years, Michael, I have never met Michael. There are a lot of ways we can, okay, and I'm sure a lot of influencers, female, are trying their possible best to change the narrative, but we have to help ourselves because just them, they can't make a convoy. I always say this. It's one of my mantra that one car doesn't make a convoy. I am doing it. Kiki, you are doing it. Bridget Bonnie is doing it. Someone else is doing it. Someone else is doing it. And then together we can carry all these girls along with us and we'll get there. Other than
Yeah.
that, it's going to be a long way for us, trust me.
Just to ask you this quick question before we wrap up.
Right.
We have in Ghana, apart from our universities, the polytechnics, then we have
Right.
the training colleges
Okay,
and all of
so,
that.
right.
What about because in this country we have something called the NVQ,
Right.
where if depending on the grade of
Mm,
what you studied,
mm,
you can literally it's like a shortcut to get into an institution. So
right.
let me say, if you want to do a nursing course, you can
Right.
do an NVQ level 3, and then
Right.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
have to go and start all over again
Good idea.
into
Right.
the school. So it's like a short, it's something like a foundation course to
Right.
take you into the nursing school. In Ghana, I know we have NVQ, NVTI,
WTIs, yes.
NVTI, yes. But unfortunately, um those
Institution.
courses or those
Um,
institutions, they are not really working because everybody wants to go to the university, they want to be a degree holder and all
mhm.
of that. So how can we ensure that those vocations become relevant? Because I know that you can do lot of things. It's not only for the hairdressers, it's not for petty trading and all of that. Is there a way that we can rebrand it?
Right. Yeah.
Because you have been to Ignite, you
Right.
have joined Auntie
Right.
Wilbia's
Right.
her foundation and everything she's doing. Is there a
Right.
way that we
Right.
can revive that
Right.
NVTIQ
Right.
to
Right.
become a national asset?
Right. Yes, there is everything is possible. It's just we making it visible enough. It's just we making it attractive enough. Because trust you me, you wouldn't want to go to some of these schools and there's nothing to learn with. There are no, I don't know about NVTIs. Yes, I think I have a few friends who have been there, but let's make it more attractive. See, now our world is evolving on social media. Social media is the ish now. Assuming these other institutions, okay, are that visible, they are that attractive, they should make it more attractive for students or for people to want to venture into those courses. Because, of course, I remember I had to learn how to bake from a friend of mine, Nelly. Nelly is a degree holder now, a first class degree holder as such. But she's literally going to a private baking school to learn how to do pastries. Meanwhile, we could have a governmental, like let's say governmental or individual or company oriented ones that are more attractive. When you enter the spaces to learn, is friendly enough, it's conducive. Getting access to some of these things you used to learn how to make practicalities are accessible. You wouldn't want to enroll a girl child that you think you are mentoring into an institution and he or she is going to learn carpentry or vocational skills. And there's no hammer, there's no mixer, there's no baking tool that you could render or teach the child through. It's just theory. No. So, like I said, these institutions, I'm sure, like you said, out there where you are, they've made it attractive. And exposure is also part. I'm sure most of our leaders travel to these diasporas. I'm sure they will learn and they are learning. We hope so. And inculcate whatever they are seeing there in our country. If we do, we'll be a better place. Trust me. It should just be made attractive if enough. You assuming there's a partnership with a foreign institution that has built such, or even not even building a new one, the existing ones. We should make it more attractive. And our maintenance culture is zero. We could do it, but maintenance is zero. So there are lots of reforms, resetting that has to go into this to actually get all of our sisters who will be lured easily and followed by a stranger. Some will say, I think I saw some people arguing it's a personal decision, da, 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 da. But you could also see in there that one of the ladies who was driving her Jaguar, she did not follow him. She gets it. So there are lots of things that our mindset has to change, our way of thinking, our culture, our society, our focus groups. There are lots of things that has to be done, and we are hoping it's being done soon.
Thank you.
You and I can equally change the narrative, and I'm sure some of your viewers would also agree, and God will touch their hearts to want to bring some of these things to their mother countries. And I'm sure foreigners who are listening to me would also want to partner with some of these governmental institutions or individuals to change the narrative. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dear viewers, let's go for a quick commercial break and then we'll be right back to wrap up.
Wɔ afe biara mu no, nipa mpempem a ɛwɔ akwantuom ɛma ne sika bɛfie bɛyɛ nneɛma bi te sɛ adansie, ayaresa ho ka, adesua ho ka, efie sikatua, aware ho ka, ɛna eyie ɛne deɛ keka ho. Nanso, ɔhaw kɛse a ɛwɔ wei mu nie. Kwan bɛn so na wofa hu ne sɛ botaeɛ nti a woma ne sika no yɛde yɛ sɛ woma ne sika afa obi so de edi saa adwuma wei nom no taa yɛ ayɛmhyehyeɛ paa. Ɛtɔ da ɛkyɛ na ahotosoɔ biara ɛnni so. Wei enti na Pay Angel ɛde nhyehyɛeɛ soronko aba sikamanneɛ mu a yɛto ne din direct to merchant remittance. Yɛtwa ne ti a D2MR. Wei yɛ kwampa a wobɛtumi afa so ama ne sika ɛde ama ndwumako a wo ne wɔn di dwuma wɔ abra ɛmfa ɔdasani anaa ntamgyinani biara nsɛm na wakɔdi wo sika. Wobɛtumi afa D2MR so ama ne sika ama wadɔfoɔ. Saa nhyehyɛeɛ yi so boa ndwumako nketewa no paa. Wɔ D2MR so no, wo sikatua yɛ mprempren. Yɛngye wo hwee. Yɛma wo abotayam sɛ wo sika ɛrekɔ bea a ɛwɔ sɛ ɛkɔ na ɛkɔdi dwuma a ɛwɔ sɛ ɛdi. Pay Angel D2MR aba ma sikamania ayɛ mmerɛmmerɛ ɛsiane sɛ ɛmfa ho biam ne bea a wowɔ anaa adwumako a wo ne ɔmo di nsa wɔ so no ɛwɔ. Yɛyi ntamgyinafoɔ nyina firi hɔ na yɛama wadi dwa na wamma ne sika ntɛm so ne ahotosoɔ mu. Hwehwɛ Pay Angel akyiri akwan ɛwɔ Google Play Store anaa Apple Store. Tua mɔ direct. Meka sɛ Pay Angel a na wagye so sɛ global payments, local simplicity.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Before we wrap up and before you go, if a young woman is watching right now from Accra, from London, across the world, and feels underestimated or unprepared for leadership, what would you tell her tonight?
Oh, wow. I hope you are watching me, dear sister. I hope you are watching me, dear friend. From Accra, from Toronto to UK to America. Preparation is power. But let's courage activate it. Always be prepared. Don't ever feel underestimated. Walk in the room and don't sell your body, sell you. When you walk in that space for a meeting, for an interview, for a seminar, walk in that space and sell your worth, not yourself. And never ever underestimate. Underestimation, I always say that it's a verdict. It's not a verdict, okay? But it's often a projection. So how you project yourself is how people are going to see you. How you sell yourself is how people are going to see. And trust me, you do not have to be ready. You don't have to be ready to do anything. Readiness, leadership is not a feeling. Make sure that when you make up your mind to study, to go to that school, to learn that trade, don't always say that I have to be ready. I am not ready. No. Leadership is not a feeling. It's a decision. I always say that it's a decision to take up responsibility. Before you get comfortable in a space, make the decision that I want to do it. Be backed by God, be backed by your convictions, be convinced in your heart you have to do it, and go do it. Don't let anybody belittle you. Don't let anybody look down on you. Anything is possible. Everything is achievable. And always remember that the room is not validated by your worth. The room will not validate your worth. You validate your presence in the room. So enter that space with conviction that you mention your name, you can do it. And always trust to speak to yourself. Make your own declarations. Before you get up in the morning, you mention your name. I, Kiki, I am a woman of God. God loves me. I am going to this job and I'll come back with fruitfulness. I will never be limited. Speak to yourself. Carry your boldness. Carry yourself. Even if you feel that I am not worth this, you are always worth good things to happen. So, my dear sister, my dear friends, always look into the mirror and say to yourself, I am bold, I will win, and I'll win with God. And trust me, you can win.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mrs. Yehowa Adom Baiden. Thank you so much for coming today, for sharing your journey and your insights, and also
Thank
for
you.
educating us that we need to go for the crown and not to sell
Right,
our bodies. We are really
right.
grateful to have you on the show, and then we hope to have you
One
another
thing
time.
too. One thing, sorry to cut you. Let me just give your viewers one of my cliches. Okay.
Okay.
Make sure that in this world, even if you lose the battle, win the war. No one is going to look out for your scar. Nobody is going to look out for your scar. See, I'm sure that I have 3 children. All 3 of them went through cesarean section. I had lost 5 children before them. But nobody is remembering that I have a scar. They're always looking at, you have pretty children. So the scar shouldn't be your badge. It can be a remembrance, but always look for the crown.
Thank you. That's so powerful. We'll have you another time. Today has been very exciting. Thank you
Thank you.
so much for
Thank you.
joining us
Thank you.
and for
Thank you.
making
Thank you.
time, because I know you came from the field straight to
Yes,
the
of course.
studios.
Of course.
We are really grateful to you. Thank you so much. I will not forget that we will not wear our scars. We will not project it for the world to see that this is what we are going through. We are going for the crown in faith. So thank you so much for coming on tonight. And to our viewers, thank you for staying with us. Thank you for watching and for subscribing and liking. And remember, it is always Conversation Beyond Borders. And next week, same time and same day. Have a good night.
You've been gone